The first thing we do to decide whether or not we need to spray is to look at the plant, look at the infestation level, and look at the topography. If aerial spraying is an option, then the process is quite elaborate from then on. We may need a resource consent. We certainly do planning. We look at the environment. We identify sensitive areas. We do public notifications. We write spray plans. It's quite an involved process.
We, as a council, prefer to think about non-spray options if that can possibly be the case. So things like stock grazing, planting trees that are appropriate to the local environment, mulching, those would be our first choice. And then if we can't control the weeds via those means, then we would look at what type of plant is in the site, what are the risks to other plants that might be there as well, and what is the most effective and efficient and safest way of dealing with the weed. So I can think of really exotic weeds or really tough woody weeds that are hard to kill by any other means than herbicides, and so that might be a case where we're doing selective ground spraying, or we're doing even cut and paste, where we cut the stem and paste it with a gel to kill it. If we're looking at aerial spraying, as I say, the terrain is really difficult, the infestation is extensive, and there is no other safe way of dealing with the weeds.
I've been in the industry since 1978, and I've been managing aerial spray jobs in the Wellington region since 1983. So I've got nearly 40 years of experience with aerial spraying. Our pilots are carefully chosen. They're chosen for their skills, not just their flying skills, but their skill to manage aerial spraying on our sensitive sites.
It has to be overseen by a registered chemical applicator. In addition to that, the helicopter pilot has to be qualified to undertake the work. So it's a matter of combining experience and qualifications with specific planning on the day to address all the risks that might be encountered, and how best to manage those and make sure everybody's kept safe. So we need to know what can go wrong and what we're going to do to make sure that doesn't happen. So all of the roles are set out in a job plan, and specifically a site safety plan, and so those tasks are going to be directed at particular risks, and the roles and responsibilities clearly laid out in writing. For aerial spraying operations, the basic rule is that you have to notify everybody within a 300-metre radius of the operational area. So in a regional park, that might mean that we have to notify people in a neighbourhood, and the most effective way of doing that is to put a notice in the paper. So we would prepare a fact sheet and deliver that to letterboxes, and we could also post that in the park and make that available for people to put up and have it on our website, so that people, if they wanted more information, could download that. We do communicate that spraying has taken place for a limited period of time. So if the spray needs some time to dry on the plant, and so for a few hours after that, we will say to people that this area has been sprayed, and there is a period that people need to stay away from the site. But it is not long. It really is a case of the spray drying on the plant so that it is safe for people to use the track or trail.